Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises to our boy Yahweh, Hashem Shai, Hashem Kakodash. Call Halal my Yahweh, Hashem Shai, Hashem Kakodash. That's in ancient Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh, in the name of Shai, in the name of the Spirit. Yahweh is a great name for the God of the Bible, for the world. Ignore the call of Jehovah, God or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, for the world. Ignore the call of Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. And he gave the honors unto elders and apostles of great stone. And shalom to all the brothers and all pushing the sword in sincerity and in truth to all I believe in this gospel. Shalom. Brothers are from Camp James, Jamaica, and this lesson is against the laws of then titled Don't Flirt with Demons. You know, it's I have this quick quote here. It says, you can't defeat your demons if you are still enjoying their company. And enjoying their company is enticing to the flesh, you know, but ultimately it can get you in trouble, right? So in order, the idea is basically resist at the first, right? There's some precept here queued up, also in this lesson being edifying until they go there. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 22. It said, abstain from all appearance of evil. And in the scripture in the book of Sirach, so we're supposed to, so we can just get it all the way. It's about knowing your spirit, you know, can take what evil for you and what beneficial. Just give me a minute. Mm, 37 and 27. Yeah, this is Sirach 37 and 27. Or Ecclesiasticus, it says, my son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that on the hit. So we're supposed to prove a soul, in our everyday existence on this earth. Know what is good, know what is evil for us, know what you got, know strong points, right? And if you know you're weak to something, or if we know we're weak to something, then avoid it at all costs. As scripture say, abstain from all appearance of evil, right? For example, if we know we're not able to actually drink, get drunk, then stay away from alcohol for best ability. If you know you're tempted for like smoke, stay around, don't go around or avoid people that smoke, because you'll get tempted. Even like Sirach, which just may find himself fight with this one now. Even at the plantation, because as she was saying, them not supposed to doubt like that. The woman's supposed to die yard. But let's get this one real quick. Sirach 9. I think 9. Yep. This is Ecclesiasticus Sirach 9. Start at 3. 2 says, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou take in with her attempts. Say that, tell you, don't do this, else is a gum. Don't do this, else is a gum. Right, so we can't actually flirt with demons now, is there, brothers. quote Elder Yashawamba, speaking about flirting with demons, because as I think it's given say a man can a man take fire coals in a bosom and be burned, right? We can't find ourselves with do certain things or put ourselves in certain situations and don't expect certain outcome here, right? Or it's given say we're supposed to tempt the most high again for that time say we're supposed to grow in wisdom, right? And if we fall one here, all right, so fall yes or so it's not really one strength for me. So you are one I'm gonna avoid this at all costs going next time. And maybe fall again, but fight. You see me? Says you verse 5 gives not honor a maid that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. But yo, these are like the one look good, yo. Is himself find yourself gazing at her, of course you're gonna start lust. And then after that lust maybe approaching outside of that, because even feel like for the with a woman, you start with you looking at her, and then you start to like her, and then it says, "Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. Look not around about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary place thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty." And even in the workplace or even in general, not for them money and really dress them dress off naked, so to speak, is me. And not for them have money, I find myself sometimes some brothers when we look at bush, you see them, you find yourself at drift, is me, if you turn your head literally, is it because you'll find yourself just a look, is me, and then you start dust, and that can even go to something else. Is me. So it's like sometimes you overtake with yourself, was a Joseph says, "For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for her herewith, for her, sorry, for herewith love is kindled as a fire." So it says, "Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction." Because you can start from a desire, start from a lust, and that's why the whole idea is what is it? Here it says, "My son, prove thy soul in thy life and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." Um, and back to First Thessalonians 5, verse 22 says, "Abstain from all appearance of evil." So this might be evil for you, for us, or whatever situation we're in, So if you find it evil, you find it like this can lead to that, avoid it to the best of your ability, you know. That's the scripture giving advice here when it comes to like dealing with a woman, you know. Because if you do this, you do that, this and that, and I've seen it happen even personally, so where maybe that's strict, you see me? And forget about them, and them so where flirting with the devil, so it can lead to, you see me? Right, so basically, once you see it's like a possibility that this can even think of leading to that, cut it off. It's true to say that right and offend you, chop it off, right? Because in idea, we don't want to get in trouble. Let me see, back to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, no, verse 28 says, "For all things are not profitable for all men, neither had every soul pleasure in everything." So someone may be of strength in certain things, brothers are stronger in certain things than me. I mean, say, "Oh, man, I mean, I mess with that shit." You see me? Right? It says, "Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats," which the point has been made, you know. This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 9. It says, "A little leaven at the whole lump," right? And we know the feast of unleavened bread right now, but the whole point is there's little leaven at the whole lump. So at times, might, all right, I'm gonna try this. Flirting with the demons, but it's so supposed to rebuke it, rebuke the tempter. All right, so when I say come, you rebuke him. No, 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 sit and, like, for example, let's see, we can skip example. Um, Like for example, when I was shy, when I think about this, let's think if we could have explained it a different way. But I was shy when the tempter came to tempt him. No flirt with the tempter, right? Test this, I'm taking now. I'm saying, rebuke him sharp, you know, because it like even these celebrities and stuff for you, them go and him see all of the what you call them, the goodies, for lack of a better term, and them go on the meat and so forth, and them get trapped. You know, basically just don't go in the first place. Don't mess with certain things in the first place. Now try to test it out. You see me? To see what it is, because again, you can get trapped, and we don't want to be trapped. All right, says you at level 11, living it the whole lump. So once you maybe start down one road, you see me? As as brother once said, we're discussing something else really, but similar, because it's a one click fuck up your life. We're discussing social media can trap you. You see me? Yeah, you take up your phone, say I will do something important, and you say, well, I go and click bait or something, and you find yourself gone in a whole, so you gone down the rabbit hole, eh? So a little living in the whole lump. So more time we just have to resist it at the first. Again, mostly part times, a lot of these things aren't even senior, but like for example, if you find yourself lost in like some, we call them, fuck, like YouTube shorts, but I think a shorts in name is in it, or on Instagram, I don't know different name, but remember, is in me, right? Is these aren't really sins, but it's just for apply discipline, and part of discipline, so basically get it done from the first, and even me can speak for myself, my discipline is from getting things done at the jump, there's a saying if you say nip it in the bud, it's like wanting to like even get up and exercise, I mean, it's a 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and you find yourself, you will get up. But once the time comes, if you get up same time, you're better, right? You will start the activity. Let's see. This is an example as well now of in the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 9 verse 13 said, keep thee far from the man that had power to kill, so shall thou not doubt the fear of death. So it's basically, yeah, brother, just stay far from certain people. So you don't have to worry about this. You're not feeling a fear, right? So if thou come unto him, so if the case peradventure that you meet with him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the cities. Scripture said the devil goeth about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So don't flirt with him, you know. Right? We are here basically with everything that fight against us. Right? So we need to walk on the straight path as much as possible. Don't diverge, you know. This is First Corinthians 9, let's go to point verse 27. It says, but I keep under my body, right, and bring it into subjection. It's a fight. And I'm mistaking the word keep under. Remember that I watched to go through it one time. Stick with me. Let's just get it out. Keep under from the Greek. And it says to beat black and blue, to smite so as to cause bruises and livid spots. So it's like a boxer, one buffets his body, handle it roughly, disciplined by hardships, right? And that's what we have to do here. We have to basically discipline the body by hardship, put it under that strict, rigorous order, right? Keep it in play, right? In the right order. Because the thing is, a lot of people go off by temptation of the flesh, which laws me, blah blah yeah, blah blah and decade. Is man that even me, that I'm to me already, you see me? That's why I was just a little level in the whole lump. So the whole idea of be that I don't want to say brother suppose scripture say be not righteous over much. So don't take it the wrong way, being like you're gonna be this super duper Israelite. But it's about knowing what is good for us and what we cut, and it's clear flirt with them. Don't flirt with demons. You know this can cause certain things, then don't do it. Avoid it best your ability. Next one was bringing to subjection, Greek. And it says, to lead away into slavery, claim as one slave, to make a slave, or to treat as a slave, that is, with severity, subject to stern and rigid discipline. That's the point, yo. So keep the body in some strict order, right? To keep it subject to stern and rigid discipline. That's the whole mindset you have to keep us in order, right? And it's a fight because we can't give in to the flesh. Giving into the flesh is death, you know, lead to death. So reading 1 Corinthians 9 verse 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway in this army, yo. You know, preach one thing, yo, and if we don't keep ourselves in check, then we'll fall. Again, easily see the righteous man fall the same times. You don't think you know fall. I come to that understanding, you know, we won't fall. You see me? But the whole mindset is getting better each day. You know, offend less, as the scripture says. Never say, I'm offending at all. So we say offend less or made subject unto vanity. Right? Let's see. This is James 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot tempt man. Sorry, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. Right? It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. Right? So we tempt when we're drawn with our own lust. You see something, you lust after it, you know, or you desire it, you like it, it's attractive. Right? What is this? You know, this look nice. Right? And enticed, let's get already enticed. So you have a lust, you have a desire for something, then we're enticed. Right? It says to bait, to catch by a bait. And that's what the devil do. He said bait out there, right? You know, something enticing so you can go to it and then get catch. So it's metaphor. It says to to beguile by blandishments, allure, entice, deceive. I'll look up blandishment before. Let's get it real quick and go. Blandishment, a flattering or pleasing statement or action used as a means of gentle persuading someone to do something. You know, so it's like fear speech, or like devil do Eve. Tell her about all of the good. And he say, yeah, true. You shall be like gods. You know, we are good too, right? Um, so yeah, that's enticed. Which he lied, the conversation now did, but we did die. All right, so reading about verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. So to say something like it, basically the beard enticed. Verse 15. Then when lust had conceived, when we act upon the lust, desire, it bringeth forth sin. And this is basically an evil desire, you know. Um, it bringeth forth sin because sin is not the transgression of the law. When we go against the law, because we act upon with lust, you know, feelings, desire, we get trapped, you know, and say, oh shit. It says, and sin, when it is finished, bring it forth death, right? Because the wages of sin is death, right? So it says, do not err, my beloved brethren, right? So it's all about knowing these things here, right? So nip it in the bud, Yeah, sometimes I feel you have snap yourself out there, like, what the fuck you do? You know, sometimes when the spirit left you, at the end time they get snapped out of it. There's a males there in thrown in your sorrows, you're like, shit, at that moment in you. Right? But the whole idea is to understand the levels, you know. I know my brother Michelle always discuss this, you know. Right, the scripture say we're not supposed to be ignorant, right? Anything small and great, understand all these spirits work. You know, first the lost something you like. The devil not come off there with something you like. Yes, and that makes that not gonna work. They can't trap somebody with something in the light or beat somebody with something in the light. So of course the devil know our weakness. You know, I'm referring to the spiritual one, guys, we're so fight against some spiritual wickedness and so forth. You know like, you know don't like. So I'm gonna come with things. Me see that in my own experience, you know. Get tempted someone I like and it was nothing. Like that before. Come see it and see spirit. You know, I say when we get tempted with something like you want I got caught. You know, we get catch and now me aware of this now. Right? So you have to come now with something you like. So you have to be aware of it, you know. And at times you know, when you see it and oh yeah, nice try devil. Is I mean a step over the one day. And sometimes one trap catch you. Right? But each time you're supposed to get stronger and more aware of things. Right? Thinking of get this, you know, this on deck as well. This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 30. I went by the field of the slothful and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And hey, farming, most I put me in a farm a minute, you know, I get to understand this precept, yo. You know, there was this one time well, no really slackfulness causes still, but there was a point when we couldn't go to the farm, you know, and all the rain fall for that weekend, you know, in like about 2 weeks, couldn't go nowhere because there was some lockdown, you know, in Corona earlier on. And when we go, everything bush up sky high. I'm like, what the fuck? The place be clean, you know. But so this is King Solomon, I believe, you know, yeah, I believe it's King Solomon. Precepts of warnings. When the first one is sorry, call I've seen it. But it's a precept of warnings. Right? I believe it is King Solomon still. Usually normally tell you who the proverb is from or song is from, but that's okay. Um so this is Proverbs 24, verse 30. I went by the field of the slothful and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well, and pondered upon it, and think upon it. Did something in one day? No, it didn't. Took a while for bush grow, took a while for things broke down. I looked upon it and received instruction, so you learned from this thing that he saw. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little falling of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. You know, so when we put off things at times, you find yourself just a slap worse and worse in the fall more down the rabbit hole. So use this for example. You see him find yourself, you'll get tempted by the tempter. You know, you may be admire it or be enticed by it and find yourself just like get pulled more and more down the rabbit hole there until you know something happen. All right, so the best thing to do is stay awake, is a little sleep, you know, right? Stay active, yo. Right, scripture says be sober. Right, let's get that real quick. Is First Peter 5 verse 8, be sober. And I think the word sober go back to calm and collective in spirit. Be up. Sleeping in the streets. Here for break. All right, to be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit, to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. Right. So that's what me forgot to, be sober. So to up yo, having self-control, being dispassionate, calm, right? So get tossed to and fro, whatever single trap or what it's no. Is no distractions. So we easily be distracted, right? As the saying from being, distractions basically for the uninitiated. Right? We are initiated, says to be sober, be vigilant, right? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. Says, whom resist steadfast in the faith. That's a word steadfast. So you see him pop up. Let's get this serious. All right, it says strong, firm, immovable, solid, or rigid. Says it's going on bad sense, but hey, was stubborn to this for this studio. Like a lot of people try to bring them because especially make your IBs single. Other people like to bring them stupid ass philosophies or beliefs to us. What what to the people, fuck your opinion. So we stick with the scripture and that's it. We're not telling it otherwise still, but for the most part, that's how we are. It says in a good sense, firm, steadfast. We don't want to know philosophy of no this and no that and tolerance of no forward and blah blah blah. It's steadfast in this faith. No, I hear what you say. Right now, where scripture kick cracks says, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Okay, whatever we go through the test, whatever we go through the trials. Right, so that's it really. We'll be Easy to fun until like out there, giving our praises to Paul Yahweh, Shem Shai, Shem Kakodash, the abundance unto elders and apostles of great stone. Shalom to the full Shalom.